is that time again for LUNES Macho Monday. Ian Torch here, and I would actually like to start this one off with an apology. Don't do that too often, because usually don't really need to, but I would actually like to apologize to Heavy Metal Wrestling for not hyping up their leap year event more. In fact, it kind of popped up after I posted anything, so by the time I had a chance to really say anything, the show had already gone up, and life kind of gets in the way for everybody around here. But I can tell you, the big selling point got a lot of people to show up to this live event. It was nuts. A no-ring death match, one of the first to ever happen in Texas. And it's completely rare and random that something like this would go down. Usually in quote-unquote deathmatch or street fight or hardcore or extreme situations, the ring is still involved. Whether the match starts in the ring or ends in the ring or whatever, the ring is still a part of it. This did not happen. This was as legal a street fight as you can possibly get without, having World Star there or something like that. And the footage that has been floating around shows how intense this match got. We're talking, dad's leather belt getting involved kind of thing. Just lashings all about, and apparently, a blade was brought out, whether that was a straight blade or a box cutter or whatever. Is the footage that apparently allegedly exists cannot be confirmed, cannot be denied. But coming out of Heavy Metal Wrestling, I wouldn't be surprised if things got a little crazy. In fact, some apparent cameos of famous wrestlers out of Texas and just popular indie darlings showing up to this big event did go down. In fact, these are the same guys that had the big brass pair to sever ties with Tessa Blanchard after the information of some of her comments and her locker room lack of etiquette surfaced. And they stood up and said, you know what? We don't care what your name is. You don't do that, especially not with us. And went ahead and publicly said they're not doing business with her. You would think that people that put on these knockdown, drag-out shows that controversy and punk rock and heavy metal and all of that, would welcome this. But, they have a level of class for a bunch of diehards. But once again, guys, I'm sorry I didn't hype that up at all. I greatly apologize, and I'll try to keep my finger on your pulse more often, since I try to brag about that as much as possible. Of course, in the past show, I mentioned there's a bunch of crazy stuff happening in March. Like I said, Micro League or Micro Wrestling will be the first thing happening later on this week. I believe the 5th in downtown Austin at Old Mist. Check them out. And there will be more within the month, and I will keep you up to date on that. But also, let's think about the super late Valentine that got dropped on us through Fire Pro Wrestling World as that rumored canceled project that Suda had opted to write. Yes, Suda 51 came back home to Fire Pro with a story about the follow-up to his old Super Nintendo story he wrote. The one where you played as a championship wrestler driven to succeed so hard that your own self-destruction came about as you pretty much Hemingway yourself at the end of the game after losing your girlfriend or fiance. It's not too certain, who may or may not be pregnant with your child. You lose your trainer fatally. you put your tag partner in comatose, and your own parents die at the hands of a version of Ric Flair, apparently, going by the name of Dick Slender, who has the most crazed look in his eyes. There's a sequel to that just dropped, like February 28th, that you can download for the PS4 and PC. It is crazy. New moves have been unlocked. There's a bunch of arenas that you can unlock after you play the story. And you play as the son of the former champion and his tag partner, and it just gets very interesting. You know, I'm diving neck deep into that one myself, and I don't want to spoil anything else. It's just too... Yeah. Anyway, let's march into this next month of Wrestling Mayhem properly. Yeah, great transition, Ian.
Welcome to another episode of Mosh Pit Monday.
Live from the banquet hall. All right. Just a basic opening wrestling match. Let's see here. I mean, if that's the case, let's have Pete Sinclair step up to the plate against... Well, apparently Komodo is going to be the one dealing with him. Okay, so either Pete's got a social media post or a pipe bomb. That's all he's got on his side. Komodo, what do we got? He could come to the ring with crates, drop the pipe bomb, social media, or have Jungle Boy there. Let's go with this. And if that's the case, Pete's going to drop a pipe bomb because he's going to go out swinging. Of course, we still only have boob tubes, so that's for the main event. But we do have a contender mic spot. The participant in this mic spot will face the world champ in a tag match on next week's show. They'll also face the world champion at March Madness. Ooh. Stand alone, so nah, that wouldn't make any sense. I know exactly. Yes, Reviver. Hijack, where are you? There we go. Well, actually, that one makes a lot more sense. Reviver apparently has his own podcast, and we can definitely do that. Back out of that. No, I don't want to be a trio trash talk. Let's have it be. Oh, okay. Darn. Never mind that. This then. Thought Reviver could puff beef up his own boys a little bit, but that does not seem to be the case. So there we go. We got a contenders match for the tournament coming up. Yeah, I've got a tournament happening at the end of this month. But this is not one of those. Yeah, we got plans for you, Mac. But now the enhancer will be going up against... So many choices. Yeah, there we go. Grimcraft. Wonder if this match will face the ladies' champion. Oh, okay. Missy Thick take on... Wait, well, we can still throw the enhancer into this one. That's crazy. Missy Thick versus... there's a lot of tweeners here. Magdalena. But the match will be... Lumberjill match. That's a thing, right? There we go. And if that's the case... let's introduce the world to Mac Caliber. Onto the TV title. Who's taking on Richie B? Who has earned that right? Got Chester Blood, Banger, Diablo, Professor Wen. Yeah.
Welcome to another...
Professor Wen's been popping up a lot, so why not? Time for a history lesson with the professor. Meaning there's a lot of time. But will he be on his own? Dispel some words of truth? Yeah. Well, that sums that up for sure. Let's get it going. Oh, and Komodo's actually on the defensive, but the deadly venom comes back to bite him for sure.
Reviver. Hijack. Intruder.
Crowd. Oh, 2-star segment. Oh. Man, Caliber's actually getting slapped around by the enhancement, but the Magnum Slug gets it done. Magdalena versus Missy Thick. This one, folks, we have been waiting for. This is the type of encounter you know is going to be top notch, and the thick of it gets it done. 2 stars, though. All right, this is the Iron Man match. Will Professor Wen be the one to tell us what time it is? Or will the champ win again with this trust fund baby? This goes to show you, maybe you can cheat to win. Komodo's ready to finish this one off. Here it comes, the Deadly Venom. 1, 2, 3. Reviver, Hijack, and Intruder claim to be the greatest. Mac is loading up his fist. The crowd is on their feet. Here it comes. Magnum Slug. 1, 2, and 3. It's complete mayhem with all these wrestlers involved. Missy Thick takes advantage and wins it. She'll be going to the tournament. Oh, goodness me. Both wrestlers are exhausted as time winds down. If Richie B gets this last pinfall, he wins. 1, 2, 3. He's done it. But at what cost? The champ has injured himself in the process. What's the situation now? Richie B has a busted hand and will be out for 5 shows. He's going to miss the tournament. Avarice is still out for the next 3 shows. He might be out of the tournament as well. Swish joined the Fed recently, as did Haruki Enyu and Matt Caliber. Now, with a busted hand, the champ is still kicking ass at 4-0 right now. And the Overnights are doing the same. Wraps up another episode of Lunes Macho Monday. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Please ring that bell to stay notified. Let your friends know that there is still a great wrestling community out there. Take them to a few local shows. Wherever you are, there's always a good local show somewhere, and you never know who's going to come up through those ranks and be someone next month, next year, next decade. But anyway, I'm Ian Torch. This has been Lunes Macho Monday, and that's it. It's over. Ring the bell. Just beating hard.